guys, I'm just Joshin and welcome to episode number 1 of our Pokemon Ultra Moon Martyrlocke. That's right, I am finally back after a short little hiatus there. I do apologize. We start every series with an apology. I'm sorry that it's been a little bit since we've done anything. As you guys know, we finished up our Pokemon Red and Blue 721 Soul Link with our good buddy Totter. Finished that up over a month ago, I want to say at this point. It's been a while. And I did a little bit of Super Mario Maker stuff in the meantime, but beyond that, the last couple weeks have been a little barren on the channel, and I do apologize for that. I explained it more in the update video. If you don't want to go watch that, the short and short of it is, I built a new PC. We're finally upgrading from the old PC to a new PC, and as it always goes for me at least, I'm having some technical difficulties with the PC. And I'm unfortunately having to go take it back and get it worked on. We'll talk about all of that later. Let's start on a more positive note here, which is I'm at least, while it's working, it's turned on right now, and unless it shuts off halfway through this, which it's done before, unless it shuts off halfway through this, I'm getting episode 1 of our brand new series recorded. And our brand new series, by the way, as I said, is a Pokemon Ultra Moon Martyrlocke. I figured with Pokemon Sword and Shield coming in just a couple months, end of this year, we may as well go take a trip back through the Alola region through Gen 7 as we prepare for Gen 8, and I thought what better way to do it than with a Martyrlocke. If you guys are new to the channel, first of all, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in and clicking on a guy's face who you've never seen before. I appreciate that. You're taking a little step there, and I appreciate it. If you don't know what a Martyrlocke is, we've done them several times on the channel before. I'll give you a little explanation. Martyrlocke is a Nuzlocke variant of my own creation. Let's start at the beginning. We'll start at the basics. What is a Nuzlocke? So, a Martyrlocke is a type of Nuzlocke. A Nuzlocke is basically a way to play a Pokemon game to add a little bit of difficulty. Because let's be honest, there's really no way to lose a Pokemon game, quote unquote. And a Nuzlocke basically makes it so that you can potentially lose a playthrough of a game. How does it do that? Well, in a couple different ways. Number 1, it limits the number of Pokemon you can get across your journey. I know the Pokemon slogan is gotta catch them all, even if they're not putting all the Pokemon in Sword and Shield. Hashtag, hashtag Dexit, whatever they say. In this game, you cannot catch every single Pokemon. In fact, the first rule of a Nuzlocke, there's 3 main rules. The very first rule is that you can only capture the first Pokemon you encounter on any new route that you go on. So for example, you start off in Pallet Town, you head up to Route 1, and the very first thing you encounter is a Pidgey, right there on Route 1. That is your encounter for the route. You must capture it. If it faints, if you run out of Pokeballs, if it uses Roar, it runs away, for whatever reason, if you are not able to capture that Pokemon, you lose your encounter for Route 1. You cannot catch any other Pokemon on Route 1. And you have to wait until the next route to try to get a new one. And obviously, like I said, each new route that resets. So you get 1 encounter for Route 1, a single encounter for Route 2, a single for Route 3, etc. And in that way, you limit the number of Pokemon you can get over the course of a playthrough. There's a couple stipulations there. We'll get into them once we actually get into this. Obviously, if you run into a shiny, that's super cool, so you can catch that if you want to. If you run into a Pokemon that you've already captured before, we're nice. It's called Dupe's Claws. You can re-encounter a different Pokemon on that same route. That way you're not stuck with the same thing. You want a little variety in your life. And things of that nature. That's the first rule. The second rule that makes it even more difficult is anytime a Pokemon faints in battle for any reason, you used Explosion accidentally, it's poisoned while you were walking around, the enemy takes it out with a crit. Whatever it may be, if a Pokemon faints, that Pokemon is considered dead and cannot be used for the remainder of the playthrough. That's rule number 2. So there, right there, you can already see how it's a difficult playthrough. You can only catch so many Pokemon, and the Pokemon you do catch might not be around forever. If they ever die for whatever reason, you can't use them anymore and you gotta use something else from your box. Third and final rule is mostly just for fun. You gotta nickname every Pokemon that you come across because it helps you form a lovely bond with that Pokemon when they ultimately meet their untimely end. It's fun, so you give them nicknames. That one's not as serious, but that is rule number 3. And those are the 3 basic rules of a traditional Nuzlocke. Now, how is a Martyrlocke different? Well, a Martyrlocke is a little bit more difficult, or potentially a bit more difficult. The root word martyr, a martyr is someone who dies or sacrifices themselves for a cause. Maybe it's a religious cause, a political cause, a historical cause, whatever it may be. A martyr is someone who sacrifices themselves for a cause. And that's going to come into play in this because over the course of this playthrough, in addition to all of the regular Nuzlocke rules, we cannot use Pokemon centers or healing mechanisms of any kind. I shouldn't say healing mechanisms. Potions and things of that nature are fine. But our mom, random beds we find out there, random lovely nice nurses, Pokemon centers, none of those can be used. Unless, here's where the martyr comes in. The only way we can heal our team over the course of this entire thing is by choosing a member of the current party and sacrificing them. That Pokemon will be sacrificed. They will be considered dead and not be able to be used for the rest of the playthrough. But their sacrifice will not be in vain because every time we do that, we will then be allowed to heal our Pokemon. And that is what separates a Martyrlocke from a traditional Nuzlocke. It's basically a traditional Nuzlocke with even less healing, which is going to make it tough. It means it's going to be more likely we lose Pokemon along the way. It also means that there's going to be times when I really need to heal, and we're going to have to make a tough choice and say goodbye to a lovely member of the party. Now, there's some other rules as well. I'll go into the description down below, and I'll write out all the rules more in depth. You probably have a lot of questions right now. You can also type out anything in the comments that you want to, and I'll be down there answering, because I know it's kind of a weird concept. There's a lot of, like, sub-rules to make sure I don't abuse the system. For example, I don't want it to be, I don't want to have a party of 5 that I really like, and then just keep, some poor little Caterpie down here, and then sacrifice that, and then put a Kakuna in that spot, and then sacrifice that, and then put a Pidgey in that spot, and then sacrifice that. We have rules in place to guarantee that I have to choose a different Pokemon every single time. Those will be in the description down below if you want to know more about it. Or, I've done 2 other Martyrlocks on the channel, one through Pokemon Platinum, and one Martyrlocke plus Martyrlocke/Egglock through Pokemon Fire Red. So if you really want to see a true Martyrlocke and all the rules explained there, you can go watch those as well if you want to, or you can jump in here. This is a fine starting point as well. Now, before we jump into this, one thing I will say that I'm a little bit nervous about, we're going to have to test the waters of this as we go. In 7th generation, Pokemon Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun and Moon, and really in every game after Pokemon X and Y, the games became very generous with free heals. You basically enter a new town and they're like, oh, your Pokemon are a little hurt, let me heal you up your Pokemon for you. And I was thinking about how I wanted to handle that. My initial idea was to force a sacrifice every time I get a free heal. That was going to be the rule going into this, but then I did a practice run of this, and you get 5 free heals before you even make it to a Pokemon Center. You get 5 free heals before you ever even make it to a Pokemon Center. So I quickly realized there's just not enough Pokemon in the game. There's not enough encounters in the game. I would run out of Pokemon on Route 1. So that's clearly not going to work, unfortunately. But I still want this to be difficult, and because it's a Martyrlocke, I still want sacrifices to have to be made. So if, like I said, we'll kind of, play it by ear. We'll see how we feel about it, and I'll let you guys weigh in the comments down below as well. What we're going to do is, at least tentatively, if it seems like the game is going a little bit too easy, we're not really having to make any sacrifices, we're getting enough free heals that we don't have to worry about it too much, and we're not really losing anybody, we're going to kind of interweave the Martyrlocke mechanic in with the lore of the Alola region. How are we going to do that? Well, every time that we want to, of course, we're going to be going on the Island Challenge, taking on trials along the way. And anytime we want to take on a trial here in the Alola region, it requires a very important choice, a sacrifice, before you can take on the trial. It's a little morbid, I know, but a sacrifice must be made before you will be considered worthy enough to take on a trial. That's going to be a tentative, put a little star next to that. That may be what we're going to do. If it seems like we're having too easy a time and I'm not sacrificing nearly enough things, I'm going to force myself to sacrifice a Pokemon at the start of every single trial. should be fun. Should be a good time. I'm excited, but I'm ready to get into this as well. Oh, also, I tried to make the game as difficult as possible. Important trainers have 6 Pokemon. They have maximum AI, so they should kick my butt. The whole game is randomized, by the way. I forgot to mention that. Randomized starters, encounters, trainer Pokemon. Totem Pokemon will be randomized. The aura that they have will be randomized. It could be like an all stats up. It could be a speed up. I don't know. Pretty much every TMs. Anything else in the game randomized? I think that's mostly it. So I'm going to try to make this as difficult on myself as I can, and I hope you're excited to come along this journey with me. This will be a Choose My Starter episode, so by the end of this episode, we will have 3 starter choices on screen, and you guys will vote for the starter. But we're getting a little ahead of ourselves. Let's jump in with the English language, and let's begin the game. It's been so long since I've played Pokemon Sun and Moon. Regular Sun and Moon or Ultra Moon. I believe Ultra Moon was the last one I chose to play. Yeah, we did a Wonderlocke, and that's kind of why I chose Ultra Moon for this purpose. Like I said, not only is this going to give us a last chance to look at 7th gen before going into 8th gen, but I also never got to upload the Pokemon Ultra Moon Wonderlocke because I forgot to download the VODs off of Twitch. So finally on the channel we have an Ultra Sun / Ultra Moon playthrough. You have a message from the Alola region's own Professor Kukui? I've forgotten how to say his name already. I told you it's been a little bit of time. Oh, and I didn't prepare any voices. I should have watched Lilo and Stitch or Rocket Power. I could have gotten a nice surfer accent going, brah. I don't know if that's gonna work. Hang on now, give me just a sec. Maybe, we'll go with it. Hey there, good evening. So the day has finally come that you're moving to Alola. It's like French almost. That's not right. Alola is made up of 7 islands. That's totally French. Why am I doing French? There could be the reason the region is chock full of nothing but rare Pokemon, y'all. There's no shortage of cool Pokemon out here in Alola either. We'll go with that. Sounds a little bit like Shaggy from Flight School. Such mysterious creatures. Oh, the voices are... Guys, I'm horrible at voices. It's going to take us a little bit to ease into this. We'll figure it out. You'll find them all over, in the grass, in the caves, in the sky and sea. Here in Alola, we love our Pokemon, and we depend on them heaps too. Some of us even battle with them if we call ourselves Pokemon trainers. Bruh. Rockruff, Cutiefly, I'll play with you later, so, kill your jets, bruh. Alright, I gotta ask you some questions about yourself so I can introduce you to everybody. Which photo should I use for your trainer passport? Okay, get the passport photo going here. I mean, this one's the ghostliest. Do I get to change the eye color? Because we got none of those eye colors. This is probably the closest. We'll go with this guy. I'm like ghost colored, so this will probably be as good as we can get here. My name. Oh, my name is what you want to know. Well, from the misadventures of Jersh and Turd all the way from the Kanto region, from our Pokemon Red and Blue 721 Soul Link, Jersh is making a journey to the Alola region. So you go by Jersh. I'm not kidding. I'm going to have to watch Rocket Power to get better at this. Woogity, woogity, woogity. To get better at this surfer accent. 10-4, good buddy. I'll let everybody out here know you're on your way. Jersh. Yeah, that's a name that hits you like a drop kick right in the head. Woo. Woo. Can't wait to see you in person, then, bruh. Let's go. Also, I'm excited that we're playing this, like I said, we're playing this on the new PC. The reason I have never done one of these before is because my old PC couldn't run it, but not only can I run it, I can update the graphics, so I hope it looks good for you guys. Speaking of graphics, the lovely layout you're seeing here is from my good buddy AOE. I'll go ahead and link the artist, all of his information and ways you can contact him in the description below. Worked super fast, was super awesome, and I'm very happy with how it turned out. Thumbnail, logo, layout, etc. Everything came straight from AOE. Go check him out. Is this Mom? Jersh, come help me with these boxes. I cannot do female voices. I can't do them. I'm sorry. Just letting you know right off the bat. Is there any water left in this? This is several days old. Tastes fine. Tastes mostly like water. We should be good. And I have to keep, if I have to keep doing that Professor Kukui voice, Kukui. If I have to keep doing that Professor Kukui voice, Kukui, I'm gonna be in a rough spot. So I don't care if it's 7-day-old water. I need to drink it. Here's the backstory as well. We're getting some lovely Alola Region backstory. I literally don't remember. I do not remember much about these games. I'll be honest. Wasn't the biggest Sun and Moon fan. I actually thought the games were fine. I was more mad about Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon because I feel like they added nothing to the original Sun and Moon. It kind of felt like, after I played Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, it felt like Sun and Moon were incomplete games, and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon is the game they probably should have just released. They probably should have just taken more time. 3 months later. I'm hoping that this playthrough helps improve my opinion of them, maybe one last time. I've never played through them randomized, so this should be fun. I've never even played through any 3DS game randomized, so I'm very excited to see these behemoths appear out of the short, or I guess tall grass. It looks short in comparison to like a Kyurem, so I'm excited to see those kind of things happen. I'm also excited to get our starters. One of the best changes they made in this game, in my opinion, put in the starters right at the beginning. Don't get me wrong, there's still like 7 hours of tutorial. The first 10 episodes of the series will be the tutorial, but thankfully, we do get our starters a little bit faster in this one. Could anything be more soothing? The first evening spent under Alola's calm moon. I feel like I could stay out here all night. But that's enough of that. Time to unpack all of these boxes. Meowth, go get Jersh for me, would you? Meowth? That's right. No offense if Meowth is your favorite Pokemon, but that's the Pokemon. I guess I'm not a cat person. I'll just open up right off the bat. I'm not a cat person, and I apologize. So I shouldn't be judgmental. But that would not be the Pokemon I choose to own as a pet. If I could own a single Pokemon as a pet, I've said it before, it's a Growlithe. I would own a Growlithe, and I would never evolve it. Growlithe is perfect the way it is, and it's the perfect Pokemon. Meowth, use Fury Swipes on my face. Wake me up before you go. Oh, he's gonna do it. Long distance Fury Swipes. I don't really do question of the days, but I am curious if you made it this far. Let me know in the comments down below if you could own a single Pokemon as a pet. Who would it be? And why is it Growlithe? Growlithe is the perfect. I'm talking, you gotta be practical here. Don't say Steelix just because your favorite Pokemon is Steelix, because where in the heck would you put a Steelix? You wouldn't put it anywhere. It's bigger than your house. Unless you're super rich, in which case, invite me over. Also, subscribe to my Twitch channel. You were out like a light, weren't you? You ought to be full of energy by now. And just look, it's already night here. It's completely the opposite of Kanto, but then we are so far away here in Alola. And so, Jersh, are you excited to meet some Alolan Pokemon? I am, of course. I don't know how many we'll meet because it is randomized, but I'm still excited nonetheless. That's right, I want to hurry up and meet some too. We're living in the Alola region now, the beautiful islands everyone wants to visit. I'm sure the Pokemon living in a place like this must be friendly, right? It might not be a bad idea to go out and see for yourself just how friendly Pokemon here are. Right, Jersh, go and get ready for a bit of exploring. Your bag and hat and things should be hanging on your coat stand in your room. And didn't you leave your copy of Adventure Rules on your desk too? We're not reading our copy of Adventure Rules. I'll go ahead and let you know that right off the bat. That's gonna sit there unread for the entire thing. You check the coat rack, grab the bag and hat. Scholastic, back when I was in 2nd grade, tried their best to get me to read. Ooh, read 10,000 books and we'll give you a free gumball machine. I didn't read a single one, which probably explains a lot about why I am the way I am today. Look at the hat. Not my favorite hat choice out of any starting attire for a Pokemon game, but you know, the swim trunks with the leggings, interesting style. Now you look ready for anything. But even so, Jersh, try to be careful walking through the you said the Pokemon were friendly. Still, I have to admit that I'd love to have a new Pokemon hang around. Even she doesn't like Meowth. Why don't you head up towards Iki Town and see what you discover in Alola? Meow. Meowth's like, I heard you say you want a different Pokemon around here. That's not gonna happen. It's just Meowth. Okay, it's time. Like I said, best change they did in this game is you get your starter Pokemon much more quickly. Yo, Murkrow coming in, sliding into your girl's DMs. Look at that guy go. And they put the Alolan Meowth right outside. You can go with me if you dash with B. what do you think of my song? Well, I butchered it because I can't sing, but it's fine. It's a fine tune, I suppose. I could probably fine tune my singing. Hi-yo! The power of science is amazing. You can enjoy a festival with people from around the world. We will not be going to Festival Plaza ever. I love Murkrow. Show me that Murkrow again. Where'd he go? Dude, I love Murkrow. Even though that's literally just like a piece of paper floating in the sky, I still love Murkrow, even if they didn't model him correctly. Here we go, boys and girls, and everyone watching. Something is coming at you from the tall grass. Remember when our mother told us about all the nice Pokemon? 10 steps from my house and I'm being brutally assaulted by a mongoose. Yeah! Yeah, yeet. I wish he would say that instead. That would be a better cry, in my opinion. And my heroes. These are not the 3 starters, by the way. They're randomized. It doesn't look like it, but they're going to be randomized. Woo! Meow! Bork, bork! Poplio is such an interesting Pokemon for me. I hate it and love it at the same time. I think it's like simultaneously the cutest and ugliest thing I've ever seen. I don't know how to feel about it. Yeah, yeet! Again, just add a little yeet at the end of all of Young Goose's lines, and I think you have a better Pokemon, in my opinion. Thank you, 3, for saving me. I appreciate it. We will not be taking any of you, unless you happen to be randomized into yourself, which is unlikely. Oh no, the surfer accent. Gotta hold up the... What is this thing called? Bruh? Bruh. Hey there, cousin. We are not related. Hang on, I know you. You're Josh, right? Okay, I saw you get attacked like that, and I was scared spitless. Straight spitless. You and me both, cousin. I'm looking after these Pokemon, but they dash right out of their way on their own to save you. But I guess I'm getting ahead of myself. Welcome to Alola, the Pokemon Paradise. That's what I'm supposed to be saying. I'm Kukui, the Pokemon Professor. I gotta rewatch Rocket Power. I'm off. I can tell I'm off. I don't know what voice I'm doing right now. It's not Surfer. I'm thinking now. I'm like thinking of that. You ever seen that video of that the news? They interviewed that surfer, and he was describing the waves, and the waves came, whoopah, and then whoopah. You ever seen that? You've seen it. You've seen it. If you haven't, look it up. Surfer news interview on YouTube.com. Check it out. The people in Pokemon live and work together. Whoopah! Here at Alola too. Don't you ever forget. You can go anywhere, bruh, as long as you have Pokemon in your corner. Well, Pokemon could be lurking in the tall grass. Yeah, just keep waiting. Just wait. I can't read. Just waiting to leap out and bite you, but you'll be fine if you've got a partner of your own. I don't know why I gotta shake to do it, but... Hey there, bro. Let me introduce you to the Pokemon that helped you out just now. Oh, it's starter time. I don't think we're gonna see it yet. This is the grass-type Pokemon, Rowlet. Ooh. I'm the fire-type Pokemon, Litten. Meow. I'm the water-type Pokemon, Poplio. Bork. You see, it's not. It's weird. Well, matter of fact is, one of these Pokemon will be your first Pokemon partner. Woo! He seemed shocked. Huh, maybe that's why they wanted to save you. Even though they all 3 want to be yours, you're gonna have to break 2 of their hearts right now and only choose one of them. Go on and choose the one you'd like to keep as your partner cousin. This is the point where it's out of my hands. These guys are going to be fully randomized. They could be anything. It could be a Mewtwo. It could be a Caterpie. It could be anything weak, amazing, middle of the pack, anywhere along the sun. And you guys are going to be voting. I will have a Twitter poll on my Twitter. At Twitter at JustJoshNYT. Twitter.com/JustJoshNYT, I believe, is probably what'll get you there. And I'll also have a link in the description/comment section down below. So go check that out. And vote in our poll. It should be a very good time. I think I'll probably use Twitter. I typically use Twitter. I know some people don't have a Twitter, and I do apologize. If you don't have a Twitter, just leave a comment, and I'll count your comment there as well. It might get a little tricky. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Hopefully typically one just kind of runs away with it, so that's usually not an issue. But, you know, if you don't have a Twitter, leave your comment in the comments down below of who you want to vote on as our starter. Just to give you guys an idea of timing. Again, I don't want to... We'll jump into these starters in just a second. This is going to go up on Friday. You should be watching this on Friday, assuming I was able to edit it with my PC before it exploded on me. This will go up on Friday. I'm going to give you guys a pretty decent time. Typically, I would only do the weekend. My goal is to start, basically have the poll done by the weekend, and then have the next episode ready to go next Monday. However, as I said, I'm having some PC issues. I have to take it back, and I don't know how long it's going to take for them to diagnose what's wrong with it and to fix it, to put in the new parts, whatever it may be. So I'm a little bit nervous about that in terms of timing. So I don't want to promise you guys that the next episode is going to be out on Monday if the PC's in the shop for a week. So all I can tell you is that ASAP I will have the next episode out, and that'll be the episode after you voted for our starters. So keep an eye on my Twitter, and make sure you subscribe and ding the bell. The bell will tell you. When the episode goes live, you'll know. So maybe that's probably the best option. You can also follow me on Twitter, and I'll keep you up to date there. Once we get everything sorted out, the schedule for this is going to start at 3 days a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, but I'm hoping I can up it to potentially 4 days a week. We'll figure out what 4 days, maybe like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, something like that. I would like to do this 4 times a week, but I'm probably going to need a little backlog before I'm able to do that, especially with the PC issues I've been having. But let's stop dilly-dallying. You guys, you just want to see the starters. So do I. I believe it's just going to pop all 3 on the screen at the same time as text. I can't do like a cool reveal where we go like, here's the first one, here's the second. They're all 3 just going to be there at the same time, assaulting our eyes simultaneously. Show me the money. Something good. Something awesome for our playthrough. We're going to have a tough time here. Just kidding. I got one more text box. Why don't you go ahead and choose the one you'd like to keep as your partner cousin. A 3, a 2, a 1. I'll tell you what. These are... is interesting. There's obviously no Mewtwo on here. There's nothing in here that like instantly the second I saw it blew me away. You know, there's no Necrozma's not on here. I will also say there's really nothing on here that made me really sad when I saw it. These are all perfect, middle of the road, above average Pokemon, I would say. We have Litwick, the Ghost Fire type. We have Barbaracle, the, I believe, Rock Water type. And we have Kirlia, the Psychic Fairy type. And we also have a basic Pokemon, a Stage 1, and, well, I guess Barbaracle's technically okay. You know what? We have a nice assortment of evolutions in here. We have a fully evolved Mon, a middle evolution, and a basic. And that's exciting to me. We have a bunch of different types to choose from. It's up to you guys. The choice is yours. I'm not going to give you any little inkling about which one of these. Honestly, I'm not even kidding. I know a lot of people will just say this. I would be 100% fine with any of these 3. So it really does not bother me which one you guys choose. It's not like there's a, no offense, but like a Pansage on here or something. Actually, Pansage is fine. A Panpour that makes me want to vomit every time I look at it. There's nothing on here. These are all nice Pokemon, and I'm very happy with all of them, and I think any of them would be really good. It'll be interesting with the Kirlia to see if it's male or, if you choose it, if it's male or female, because that could potentially turn into a Gallade or a Gardevoir. And with Litwick, we're kind of banking on finding a Duskstone. I know you can find a Duskstone, I want to say on the 3rd island, so we could potentially have a Chandelure. I think we'll get the item by that point. I was not able to randomize all items that are just kind of out in the world, but Pokemon can be randomly holding items and things of that nature, so... And with Barbaracle, you know what you're going to get, obviously, a fully evolved Pokemon. Barbaracle's the fully evolved form, right? I'm not super well versed when it comes to 6th gen. I believe Barbaracle is the fully evolved form. He's the big guy standing like this. He's not the little Coral Reef guy. I can't remember his pre-evolution's name. Was Barbaracle the pre-evolution? I don't know. Who cares? All that I care about is that you guys go down to the comments down below, click on the Twitter poll, and go vote for who you want to see as our starter in this playthrough. We have Litwick, Barbaracle, and Kirlia. Decisions in your guys' hands. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll be coming back next week with your guys' choice. Sometime next week, hopefully. If the PC takes longer than a week, end it. Hopefully we'll be back sometime next week with your guys' vote for who you want to see as our Pokemon Ultra Moon Martyrlocke starter. This is going to be a very difficult playthrough. It's going to be a fun, sometimes stressful journey, and I hope you're excited to go along on it with me. But with that, thank you so much for watching. The support, by the way, greatly appreciated. Make sure you go down below, like, comment, subscribe, share with your grandmother. She likes voting. She likes the democratic process. Go ahead and share with your grandma, because she would love to vote for one of these three. Does your grandma have a Twitter? Probably not. Ask her what she wants you to vote for, and then vote for it. Cast your grandma's vote, or leave it in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you for episode 2.